It's another beautiful summer day, and we are exactly 1 month away from the biggest sporting event of the year. Boxing's biggest fights in Pac-Man and Floyd Mayweather. We have Errol the Truth Spence against Terrence Bud Crawford for undisputed champion at welterweight. And I've been looking at the body language from Bud. In their press conference, they did one in LA and one in New York, the biggest markets in the entire states. And Bud didn't seem all too comfortable. This is his first time fighting on PBC, a huge network, the 2 fights. There's a rematch clause attached to it. So we'll see if they get there, but we're just going to be happy that they're able to fight, because this fight should have happened 3-4 years ago. Regardless, we'll take it. I'll take it. I think they still have lots of fight left in them. I see both fighters fighting for another 2 years. So this is the biggest fight of both of their careers. And Bud, he was sweating up there. His comebacks weren't all too lit. And that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you lose the presser, but you could win in the fight. And we've seen it in previous fights. If you win the press conferences, you have an advantage. You see that you're living in somebody's head. And we've seen it with Tank and Ryan. Tank got the better of Ryan in the pressers. We've seen it with Wilder and Fury. Fury got the better of Wilder in the press conferences. My favorite soundbite from that press conference was when Errol Spence said, "Oh, we Jamaica, we smoke Bud." And Bud had nothing to say. He was stuck, and yeah, he was just stumped. And also, they're promoting a shirt. He has a shirt that he's selling, and I'm hearing it's doing numbers. It's like tour dates or whatever it's saying, like Smoking Bud Tour. Spence is doing what he has to do to sell the fight. Doing a great job. Again, this is on his platform. He doesn't have to go nowhere. He didn't have to cross no street. Bud had to come over, and Spence is just comfortable with Steven Espinoza, obviously Al Heyman. So both guys, they're undefeated, and I've been looking at a couple fights from both guys. I'm not gonna get into all of their fights, because remember, I'm gonna give you a 3-part preview of this fight. This is the 1 month to the fight. I'm going to give you another one a week up to the fight, and then I'm going to give you another one a day up to the fight. And I looked at Spence's fight against Danny Garcia. Obviously, we know Danny Swift Garcia, a Philly legend, one of the better counter punchers. And once that fight ended, Danny Garcia didn't look like himself. I don't know, but Spence is just too good on the inside. Spence just took over. And that's what Spence does. He's an old school fighter. He wants to fight on the inside. He has the power, and he was just constantly going to the body. Danny Garcia couldn't really do anything. Danny Garcia literally had 0 success, and you don't see that all the time. So that's what Spence does. He makes good competition look like mediocre competition. Another fight that I watched with Spence was against Ugas. And let me tell you how he dealt with Ugas. Broke his orbital bone, but he was just constantly getting him in the chest, in the neck area. Ugas was just taking hit after hit. And that's what Spence does. When he breaks you down, you put your guard up, but he's just splitting through the guard, and you're getting hurt. You're getting beat up very bad. You can't throw anything back. Ugas wasn't throwing anything back. And I actually thought I won't lie, it took Ugas in the upset. Dumb of me to go against my yard man. But yeah, he looked good against Pac-Man, but obviously Pac-Man is an old hag, so I don't really give him that much credit for beating Pac-Man. Although Spence did have a little hiccup during that fight. Ugas hit him with a nice shot. Spence's mouth guard came out, and Ugas could have jumped on him, but he kind of respected him too much. There's no respect in the ring. If he jumped on him, you never know. He could have got him out there. He could have got a knockdown, but he just let it slide. I didn't really understand why that happened. Anyways, Spence was the one victorious at the end of the day. Has a hell of a trainer. DJ Derek James. You seen him a couple days ago ripping Terrence Bud Crawford's resume, saying who the hell has he fought. absolutely hysterical. And I looked at a couple of fights for Bud against Mean Machine. One thing about Bud, he does start slow, and against Mean Machine, who was a bigger fighter, he took some hits. And Bud, he can take a hit. One thing I'll give Bud, he can take a hit and he can switch. He could go into the southpaw stance or he could go into the orthodox stance. And he did that against Mean Machine. And I won't lie to you, in the fight, first time in his career where he ever got knocked down, ref didn't call it a knockdown, he called it a slip. But Bud, he got hit. He tried to hold on to Mean Machine to stay up, but he couldn't. His knee hit the ground. It was a clear knockdown. And Bud turned up after that. So people think that, oh yeah, Bud's a slow starter, you could take advantage. No, not necessarily can you take advantage. He's just going to turn up after that. You're going to get him angry and then he's just going to fight even more harder. That's what Bud did after against Mean Machine. He took care of him, beat him from a distance, got a nice uppercut, which basically led to the stoppage. And that's the thing, Spence wants to get inside, I understand, but you're gonna have to watch out for Bud's uppercut because Bud can throw good shots. He's probably not the strongest one punch guy, but he has perfect timing, and that timing has knocked out all of the fighters he has faced at 147. You have to realize Bud is coming from 135. I can remember 9 years ago he fought Gamboa 135, a hell of a fight. This was prime Gamboa. Then he moved up to 140, faced off against other top opponents, got undisputed against Ndongo, and then came up to 147. Now he's trying to do 2 weight classes undisputed. Absolutely incredible if he can do it. Another fight where he had a little bit of a slow start is against Kell Brook. And yes, Spence did face Kell Brook 2017, broke another orbital bone. Call this guy the eye catcher. But took a couple shots against Brook. But after that, caught Brook with a nice jab. Brook almost went through the ropes. The ropes saved him. And then after he was able to finish the deal, took care of business real easy within 4 rounds. Bud against Spence. This is gonna be absolutely bananas. The roof is gonna go, the roof might come off. Let's be honest, it's in July. They should fight outside. It's in July, it's in Vegas. Can't wait for this fight. It's your boy Jayo Sto. Part 2 will come 1 week before the fight, and again part 3 will come 1 day before the fight.